All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. All to the foreigners for the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. As you can see through the intro, you have a lot of delusional Americans. All right, actually, truly delusional Babylonians. All right, in the sense of there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and they believe in this destiny, crap. You know, they're still going in that manifest destiny ideal of this project called America. All right, and that's what it is. That's what it's all about. America is just a project. It's over 200 something odd years project, but it was a project. That project was called the New World. Not the New World Order, the New World. Now, this project that everybody's so in love with, these philosophies and so forth, they truly believe in their heart that this is the way of this is the way of life. This is the way things are supposed to be. All right? And with this delusional ideal, you could clearly see that these people are warped in their mind. Now, the brother GMS Dedication did a nice long collab, put the video together. But it was those few clips that I seen that was kind of impactful, because the whole thing is impactful, but it was just the guy basically saying, this is God's country, this is God's, and what God they're not talking about the God of the Bible. All right. They're not obviously talking about the God of the Bible. They think they're talking about the God of the Bible, but this place is so far off from that God of the Bible that they don't even know. All right. Now, there's a clip that the brother had put together, and it was a couple of jakes talking about how great of a division America has been. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Luke, I'll do this one, 11 and 18. And he said, no, I'm sorry, it's 12. Luke 11 and 17. But he, knowing their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house divided against a house falleth. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? So the Lord basically gave the world an ideal how things would go into be in the latter end. All right. Now he posed a question to the scribes and the Pharisees and those that was questioning him, but he left a major clue. And the answer to that, something like that cannot stand. All right. NLT says he knew their thoughts, so he said, a kingdom divided by its civil war is doomed. Family splintered by it, fueled, will fall apart. You say I am empowered by Satan, but if Satan is divided and fight against himself, how can his kingdom survive? So America, how can the idea of America continue when the sure foundations of America, which was never put together? Now, like I was saying, the Jakes that was saying it, I should have put it in the clip, but it doesn't really matter. And how Jakes was saying it, they say even quote unquote white people, at least back 60s, 50s, whatever, they was marginalized to come together. But now there's no there's no reasoning for nobody to come together. Everything is completely against the normacy. All right. And I always bring it up. I always say it, but it was all good. It was all good just a week ago when blacks, Latinos, Native Americans was always under the poverty line. And America always thrived. All right. I was born in the 80s. So every time you watch things of the 80s and so forth, you would see, the good USA fighting off all these powerful countries and, the spill. But on the flip side, those of us that was in poverty was suffering. They didn't know how much suffering we was going through and so forth. But it was all good because you had the Reaganomics. America was thriving. All right. At this point, I'm talking about the 80s. At this point, America became the singular known superpower on the earth because what? Soviet Union fell apart. So all this time, television, music, and so forth, all these times, America was thriving. But on the flip side, when it came to the citizens, especially those that were warhead cargo slave ships or those that was indigenous to this side of the world, was treated like shit. Fast forwarded many years later, everybody's upset because the same USA that they love so much is no longer the same. All right? Why? Because now they are going through what those people that was in poverty was going through. Now they fully understand the plight of the poor. Because now there's no differential, right? So now we see America falling apart. So scripture that I had in mind, it says St. John 1 John 2 and 18. Actually outside of 17, it says the world passeth away. The world is cosmos, right? And the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. So the world that we in, this current rulership is passing away. All right, is passing away. We could see it. You could clearly feel it. This is why this election, by the time I put this up, I'm gonna put it up in the morning. It's gonna be the day of the election. The world's watching. The world's literally watching, and people are in great fear because they don't know what to expect. All right, it's one of those situations. Expect the unexpected type situation. Expect the worst possible outcome because this place is fading away. America was not made to be the place to be forever. This is their last push. It says, little children, it is the last time. And as ye have heard, the anti-Messiah or Antichrist shall come, even now are there many anti-Messiahs, whereby we know that it is the last time. So what the anti-Messiah, which the Antichrist, there's not one particular man or woman that's going to be the devil's son. It's talking about plethora of people. All right. So this whole entire kingdom has nothing to do with the Lord. Matter of fact, I should have got that one. St. John 14:18. I'm sorry. St. John 14:20. At that day, you shall know. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be 14:30. Hereafter, I would not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh. and have nothing in me. The prince of this world. And that world that world right there is cosmos. So the prince of this current rulership, not the Orchimini, not the age, could have been the age, but the prince of this world has nothing to do with the son of the Most High. Absolutely nothing. All right, this whole land is pro death. All right, pro death. This is why one candidate represent nothing but death. And in her campaign, if a woman decides, let me go kill the baby, I could go outside and go to Planned Parenthood and get the baby out of my stomach. Or a man could get his vasectomy, and so forth. So this has nothing to do with the Lord or any sort. So when you hear these people say these things of God's country and we fight for God, because that's what they were saying a lot. The God that they talking about is not the God of the Bible, right? They think this is the God of the Bible, but it's not the God of the Bible that they represent. It has this world has nothing to do with the God of the Bible. It is clear as day, and I brought out the most important key factor. This world represents pure death. All right, at its purest form. Matter of fact, let me get this scripture. Oh, I'm not gonna make this too long. We're gonna sit back, watch. You know what? I might get a drink tomorrow night. Fuck it, why not? Job 10 and 20, or let me get to the point. Job 10 and 21. Before I go, whence shall I return? Even the land of darkness and shadow of death. A land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death. This is why you have pharmaceutical companies worth billions, close to trillions of dollars. The majority of everybody in Babylon is sick. Why, you may ask? Is it because of the fact that they just eat bad on their own? Or because everything that you eat, drink, and so forth help destroys your body? This is the shadow of death. When David saw this place, everybody quotes Psalms the 23rd chapter, and they can't put a place with that. They think it's just some imaginary place, not knowing that it's America itself. Okay, even got the minds of the people so warped that they believe that this is God's country. That shows you the delusional state of the majority of people. It says, a land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order. Hey, there's no order. All right, there's absolutely no order. Men, women are getting divorced because of the candidates that they choose to vote for. Never in the history have anybody caused so much division as this one. This is the most divisive election ever. It's more divisive than Obama. And Obama was just more dark-skinned people who was falling for the trap than anybody else. Now with these two candidates, you have women want to get divorced to their husbands. So this place is completely out. Or then you have the previous candidates, the previous presidents, and their significant other. You don't know if that's a man or a woman, but whatever. This tells women to disobey their husbands and go out there and vote. There's no order. All right? The nuclear family is completely destroyed, and it will be destroyed if one candidate's in power, and if the other candidate's in power, is going to cause more division because these people is already divided. So it says where light is as darkness. So what they claim to be God's country or so forth is nothing but darkness. This is why this place gotta go. All right, this place gotta go. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is, no matter what happens, whoever becomes in office, there will be the greatest turmoil ever take place. And that's what the man said at the last. Basically, look, we got guns. If we don't like the outcome, we're gonna change everything, and they're gonna take it by force. All right, it's gonna boil down to it. People are gonna get uncivilized, and the one side is gonna claim to be. One side is gonna do it, and the other side is gonna act like they can fight this off. All right, it says 2nd Ezra 15 and to the point 15. It says, for sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So no matter how you slice it, there will be a great division. No matter how you pull it, no matter how they try to paint it up, there will be a division. On Wednesday morning, this, like I stated through the Spirit, this could be like 2020. 2000, year 2000, with Bush and Al Gore. Bush and Al Gore, that was very divisive, and that point was not a time of a great division where people were sick and tired of this and that. Nah, these are two different candidates. Bush was in office. Nobody wanted Bush to be in office. Everybody was going for Al Gore because Al Gore was the vice president to Bill Clinton. And I guess everybody believed at the time, I was a young man, I didn't know what the hell was going on, but Clinton was such a beloved president that they could continue with the vice president. And lo and behold, they had to do a recount by hand, and Bush was president. If I'm not mistaken, it took maybe a month or so to get that thing going. But people didn't uproar, they didn't this, that, to the third. Because afterwards was 9/11. Nobody was not even thinking about the recount, nothing like that. So they could do the same goddamn thing. And the way Israel is going and bombing, America's about to inherit World War III. Either candidates. But as for the people in America and American shore, they are going to lose it. They're going to take matters into their own hand. So with that being said, it's something real quick through the Spirit. Shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.